evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to. I don't even know if that works anymore. Welcome to Woolys World Live. There we go. That doesn't really make any difference. Doesn't really matter, guys. You're very welcome to Woolys World Live on. Is this Friday night? Let's say that this is Friday night. Yes, it is Friday night, guys. It has been an adventurous week. Let's just put it like that. It has been just one of those weeks. We started off the week with a storm. Hang on a second. What just happened there? What? What's that? What is that, Chippy? What is that? I don't even know what that is. How did you do that? Excellent. I don't know what you just did, but thank you very much. Membership gifting? How do you membership gift? I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I don't know what that does. Thank you very much. What does it do? Okay. I did. Yeah. I turned on memberships 2 weeks ago, maybe. Zachary, how's it going? Chippy, how's it going? Mark, how's it going? Bud, how's it going? I actually don't know who else is here. I can't see. I have a big. Anyway, look. Good man, Chippy. Oh, I hope it's for a month. You know how much that costs, yeah? Because I'm not sure. Let me just double check this just in case that you have literally spent like $500 or something like that. I don't know. Number of members is still telling me 0, but it might take a couple of hours for it to come through. Anyway, look, thank you very much, Chippy. Much appreciated for your for constant support, man. You're all the support in the channel is absolutely brilliant. Ryan, I don't know, boy. I don't know. I am not somebody who really agrees in buying cheap two-stroke machines. Now, I will buy a good two-stroke machine cheap, but I won't buy a cheap one, if that makes sense. So I would rather buy a good brand second-hand than buy a cheap brand. And the reason being is that it'll last you longer, and if it breaks, you're going to get spare parts for it. This is what I would think. That's crazy, Chippy. Thanks very much. I hope that makes sense, guys. There's a lot of people. Chippy there will probably come in and say something similar. You're feeding a shredder like a chipper. Don't accidentally put your phone in the chipper. It has been done, not by me. This is what happened. And I'll post pictures of this up in the community section, guys. Some of you guys who are in the community section might have noticed a steel shredder, eh? Interesting. I'm an Armagh as well, Ryan. Whereabouts are you? Basically, any of those Husqvarnas and stills or anything like that, they're all going to operate the same. They're all going to be a decent machine. I have a still hedge cutter because that's what was in the shop the day I went in to get it. If I had gone to a different shop and they had Husqvarnas, I probably would have bought a Husqvarna. I am not really biased in regards to brands, except that chainsaws have to be Husqvarna because I hate still chainsaws. I don't know why that is a thing, but that is the way I feel about it. But no, I had a still hedge cutter before the one I have, and it was a beast. It was really powerful, but it was very heavy, very, very heavy. So that's what I would reckon. So I think I paid maybe £250 for the one I have. Yeah, I would always try and stick with a name brand. But even if you were looking for a cheaper brand, you're in the near your road. Well, I'm in Forkhill. Hey, Forkhill. What I would look at the Hyundai stuff, right? Because of the cheaper brands, Hyundai is the only ones that I have any basic knowledge or any knowledge on. And I have a Hyundai backpack blower, and I had a Hyundai two-stroke brush cutter that I absolutely abused the life out of, and it completely took it. And they have a really good, no questions asked guarantee. If something breaks, they will replace it or they will fix it. And it was no quibble, not at all. I was like, and it was wear and tear on my brush cutter. So the gearbox went in the head, and literally I says, this is not working anymore. It's not turning. Your mom went, no problem. Replacement part will be on its way today, and they sent it out, no problem. They were very, very good. So Newry Road, go up to Casey Hire. That's where I got my still hedge cutter, and or go down into AM Rentals for your Husqvarna stuff. Or you could go to Black's in Bestbrook as well. He has some decent stuff, and he has Husqvarna and still, so you can have a little look around. But look, check online as well. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's good to give your money local, but you might get a better deal. You mightn't have as much follow-up if you get something online. But so what happened? I'll see if I can get this up here now while we're talking. Okay, so we had a big storm Sunday night, and another one Tuesday night. So basically what happened is that, go to my channel, your channel. Pictures going up right now, guys. Oh, come on. Where's the other picture? I'm going to put this one up instead. Right. So that's those pictures up right now, guys. So, Tom, how's it going? What happened is that during this big storm, I had a bit of damage done down in Red Branch. I had a tree blow over, and what happened is that that wasn't the main thing. Pete, I am unsure. It seems to be fairly flexible with the 8-9 o'clock at the minute. It depends on what the family is doing, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. That's just the way it is. So we had a couple of trees blow down, but we also had in a local park here that I was trying to take over as part of a business expansion. We had 3 300-year-old beech trees come down. So I spent a large part of the week trying to acquire those trees. It probably would have kept me in firewood for about 2 years. Big trees, absolutely rotten to the roots. There was no roots came up with them at all. Just like nearly straight trees, monsters. Pictures are up right now in the community section on the channel. Guys, beech is fantastic firewood. My God, it turns out I couldn't get them. Basically, on council land, not even council land, on land that the council is in charge of, and so somebody who works in the council went, no, we cannot let anybody have those because we are going to have them. So that's what happened, guys. That's what happened. Sorry, thirsty. But so a couple of days back and forward trying to get stuff organized, trying to buy that wood off them. Nothing. Couldn't get anything. Not a bloody twig did I get, unfortunately. But I had a tree blowed. I know. And this is the thing. The last time when we had lockdown and I had 8 beech trees, 8 big beech trees, they came from the same location, right? But I bought them off the tree surgeons who were brought in to fell the trees because they were diseased. The tree surgeons you could deal with, the council you cannot deal with. There's too much red tape involved. It's just a disaster. So I was talking to the head honcho there the last day, and I'd been back and forward with different people trying to make maneuvers and trying to get my hands on this. And basically, it's like he can't sell me those trees just because I asked. If he wants to sell those trees have to go to an advert, and it has to be an auction, and people have to bid on them, and it has to be open to the public, and everybody has to know for a certain amount of time before that can happen, right? And it's like, what a joke. So the trees have to be disposed of, basically. So as far as I can tell, disposed of means to go to a yard somewhere in the local town, and then everybody that works for the council helps themselves. That's all I can think. I doubt they're just going to go and dump it. Do you know what I mean? So, like, imagine, like there's a lot of firewood there. Big stuff, very dangerous. The whole site was just 2 trees that were right beside each other, maybe about 2 foot apart, fell over, upturned another tree, and snapped another tree in half. And it snapped it at about 100 foot in the air. It was dodgy, very dodgy. And it was a Scots pine that was snapped. But no, they were having none of it. Literally, no. I tried. I even approached the landowners. Couldn't get it. They couldn't figure out what to do and stuff. So look, that's it. I think it was just, the whole situation was massively complicated, and it didn't need to be, From now on, I think I just won't tell them, because it was me. I said, look, there's trees down up there. It's very dangerous. You need to come and you need to seal off that, because it's a park. You need to seal off that area. There's widowmakers all over the place. There's big branches hanging up in trees, and and more wind, and just a bad week of wind and stuff. So, but the next time I think that happens, I think I'm just going to go up and cut it up and take it myself. I didn't say that on live. On YouTube live. But down at Red Branch, guys, I had a tree go over, and the tree blew over, and I went to cut it up, and I completely pinched myself in a, just not a bad pinch, but just one of these pinches that I was completely unexpected. I completely got my my tension and compression wrong. I actually got it completely back to front. So what was happening was that it was a wind-blown tree with a big root plate on it like that. So it was sitting like that. So I just assumed that it would be the same as a normal tree, in that you would have compression on the top and you would have your tension on the bottom. So I put a big face cut in the top, and as soon as I went to cut into the bottom, it basically just went like this. Look. No, because the root plate pulled back. The root plate, even though it didn't look like a big root plate or anything, there was enough weight in that root plate just to sit the tree back like that as soon as I started cutting, and just pinched the bar. That photo I put up got a lot of interest. And hey, look, here's the thing. I don't mind if I make mistakes. I really don't. it's learning. It's doing it twice that I wouldn't be posting photos of, you know what I mean? So these things happen. Now that all happened, the pinching and all that happened yesterday. I had to wait for a calm day to get all that stuff organized, and I needed to do it before tomorrow because I have kids in session tomorrow. So, oh, I just remembered I forgot to do one. It's only a branch. But what happened is that was the starter, because beside where that tree had blown over, there was a Scots pine, right? One of the bigger trees in Red Branch. I think it was about that size. It was about 14, 15 inches. Well, Ed, how's it going? What's the crack? It was one of the bigger ones, and because it was right on the edge of the forest, what had happened is that it had all grown up on one side, right? So it was very little on this side. It was all the bones were sticking out this side. The fence line was right here. Nice, Ed. The fence line was right here. My auntie's house was right here. So this was the tree that fell down was this side, like that. So roots were compromised on this side of the tree, which meant that as far as I was concerned, if that was going to fall with all the branches on this side and my auntie's house on this side, it was going on my auntie's house. So, and it was leaning towards her house anyway. So I spent a couple of sleepless nights worrying about that and what I was going to do, wind storms and stuff, and just did you get any damage done, Ed? A lot of stuff. He shouts at Ed because I know how far away Ed lives and I want him to hear me. So I was worried about that. I actually went down in between storms, climbed the tree on a ladder, put a rope up into it and put it on a Z-drag with an Italian hitch and then tied it off. I also went around a couple of different hardware stores to see if I could buy a come-along, a hand winch, and I couldn't get one. So I ordered one, and it came today, but I cut the tree down yesterday. So my options were, guys, the video will be out. Oh no, I actually haven't edited the video yet, but it's probably not going to be pretty. It's a lot of huffing and puffing. I thought to myself, I cut it up. My options were, right? Can you close the sitting room door, please, Siobhan? When you go in there with Lily, Evie, and her tin whistle. She's playing the tin whistle. I might get her up here to play the tin whistle for you guys. So what happened is I could either... Oh, no. No chance to get any of that, no. Well, there's a lot of it. There is a lot of it. I'm really surprised. There's two big... When you go to Red Branch, there's a huge ash just in where my car park is. And then on the left-hand side, just beside my entrance, there's a huge ash as well. And every time there's wind, anytime there's wind, there's branches coming off it. And it is stone dead. And I'm so surprised that nobody has come along and went, we need to take that down. I really, really am, because it's massive. It's like, I don't even know. It's just a monster tree, you know, and it's covered in ivy as well. Like, and the ivy on it is like, you know, like this thick. It's just massive. But so my options were climb the tree and top it, right, or fell it. So I was looking at it like this, and it was about 50 foot, right? I was looking at it like this, and I was going, yeah, I have a few ones that are going all right as well, Ed. I was looking at it like this, going, right, climb this tree. So I would have had to climb up about 30 foot, and then it's split into two co-dominant stems. Topping from the ground, Chippy. I like that. I topped it from the ground. The two co-dominant stems were about this thickness each, right? So I would have had to go up and stand in the middle of these two stems like this and take the top off one, and then turn around and take the top off the other. Now, I was not going up there with a bloody chainsaw, so I would have been doing it with a handsaw like this, and I just went, that is a disaster. So I already had the rope in the tree, right? I already had the rope in the tree. Guys, this is like a preview to the video that I haven't even edited yet. So I decided to reef on it as hard as I could, right? And it's hard to get tension on a rope. Do you know that? It's hard to get tension on a rope when there's no mechanical advantage there, no matter what drive, what Z drag or anything you have in, because there's stretch in the rope and there's all these different things. So I had the rope in it. I tightened it up as much as I could. I went over and I put my face cut in, right? And I was breaking it. I was breaking it. For those of you who don't understand that term, it means shitting it. I was shitting myself. If this goes backwards, it's straight on top of my auntie's house. It would not have been a good day, right? So I thought to myself, I'll just take my time. I had my wedges. I had everything there. I cut it up. I left a big hinge, got the wedges in, and beat it, and I beat it, and I beat it, and I beat it, and I could see the slack coming into the rope, right? So I put the wedges in, I beat them in as far as I could, I went down, I got on that rope, and I reefed it, and I pulled it as tight as I could, right? Went back, started beating in wedges, right? And then it all just stopped. The tree couldn't go over anymore. I couldn't pull any more on the rope, and I couldn't get any more wedges in. And I'm like, what do I do now? Right? So I'm beating it. Oh no! Sorry, Heidi. Sorry, Ed. Not sorry, Heidi. And so so I had decided in my infinite wisdom, right, that I was going to leave about a 3-inch hinge on it, right? I was thinking to myself, if I put a thick hinge on it, there's less chance that it's going to go backwards on me, and there's more chance that I'll be able to pull it over. Okay, so it was so tight on the back wedges that I couldn't stack wedges to get them in behind it. I couldn't stack them, right? So after going back and forward with this, going down and pulling on the rope and getting the rope in different angles and trying to bounce it back like this and stuff, and I was never in any danger. I was never in any danger myself physically. What I did was, there we go. What I did then was, I realized that my hinge was too thick, and this was the problem. So I had to get the saw and I had to bore it in just over the top of the wedges, and pretty much I only had to go in maybe about this far, right? If you look at the picture that I posted on the community section, guys, there's a hinge picture. If you look at the hinge picture, the side closest to the camera, that's where I bored in, and you can see the difference in the thickness of the hinge, right? Once I bored in, guys, I saw the slack just come into the rope. So I just put the saw down and I walked around and I just grabbed the rope and I just pulled it, and it just went down exactly where I wanted it to go. And I had the GoPro set up and everything like this to catch it to fall. It fell just before the GoPro. I'd say it landed about 2 feet away from the GoPro. My God. A collective sigh of relief went up between me and Bruno and Cooter. Tense moments. But it's down. It's down. So that is it. It is done. And there's nothing else anywhere close in size to that one overhanging or beside my auntie's house. Everything else is much smaller, but everything else is actually, my auntie has a lot of trees on her side of the fence, so everything else, if it fell, it'll get caught on the tree on her side of the fence. So the one spot, like that's probably why that tree grew so big, actually. The one spot where there's no trees is where that one was. Guys, we have an advert for some people, so excuse me, that was a lot of talk, and that was 24 minutes of pure vintage woolly right there. So I need to just do something now before I forget. But yeah, that was it. That was 26th. Mark that off. Yeah, that was it, guys. That was my my week. Splitting firewood as well. Was it splitting firewood as well? Could have been splitting firewood. I don't remember. Yeah, busy week. All that happened in one day. Pretty much. Yeah. The back and forward with the council and stuff, it just takes. And I should have known. I should have just went, no. It's just I think it's just because it was so dangerous. It was so dangerous. Like the whole situation up there was really bad. And I was worried about somebody coming in. Not somebody coming in to steal it or anything. Somebody coming in for a walk and for a look and for a branch to come down and land on their head. That's what I was worried about. The rhoded red branch is not great. I have realized, even though I rescued it, I thought I rescued it. It's every time I drive on it, it's sinking into it. Everything is just so wet, right? There's nothing coming up because I have the membrane down, but I'm noticing that there is so little. There's maybe like 4 inches of stone left on it, you know, whereas before it was at least 6 inches. It could have even been a foot in places. There's just so little stone. And not a lot of hope of any help coming either. So this is it. I have contacted my local MLAs and stuff, and but they have bigger fish to fry at the minute. So it just seems to be one of these things that I don't know. I'm not the only one who slipped through the cracks when it comes to the flooding and stuff. So, but I don't think there's enough people out there for them to go, oh Jesus, yeah, we need to change this because all of those businesses out there got flooded and they can't get help. So I don't know. It's just going to be a case of back to the Rod. How's it going? I didn't get a Tri-4. I got let me show you. I'll show you exactly what I got. I got it because it was cheap, but Tri-4 was like a couple of £100. I was like, Jesus Christ. My orders. Give me a second there. Guys, you'll have to click the link for this. That's what I did. And the MP don't. But good country living, GCL. How's it going? Why is Rod green? Why is Rod green and has a little badge? Is that because? Do you notice that? Is that because you gifted them, Chippy? Do you think? You see the way they have Rod has a badge there, guys. There's memberships going on the channel, right? I know I spoke a little bit about it last week, but what happened at the start is, yeah, okay, perfect. Chippy just jumped in there. Is that Chippy gifted a load of memberships at the start to people? So excellent. So I bought the winch, right? A power puller. So what I'm going to do from now on, I think it's 4-ton power puller. Oh, hello, Bruno. Oh, hello. It's made by Hilka. Come on, do you want to come up and say hello? Bruno, you coming up to say hello? No? Come on then. Up. Really? Yeah, here's Bruno. Look, he's being shy today. Come on up and say hello. Come up. Oh, hi, Bruno. Hey, Bruno. Oh, yeah. He's a good boy. Come on. There we go. And he always kisses my ear. You're a good boy. No. Oh. There we go. Do you not like the camera? Ow! You bit my nose. Oh. Go on. He always gets up and just goes back down. Jesus, 10 inches of snow. We have had nothing. Not a single flake of snow have we had. Nothing. But then I was looking back, and we didn't have snow until March last year, I think it was. Hang on, I missed something. Tom, are you talking about the come along? So what I decided, guys, in a situation like this, in a situation like that, man, you got to wear the t-shirts. Look, I'm a Hoffer, I'm a Wim Hofer. You gotta be out in the t-shirts in all weather. The colder the better, because it's good for you. You need everything to freeze up, GCL. That's what you need, isn't it? Yeah, I could do it a bit of that myself. Right. So this is what I decided. Right. I've got that. I am going to, anything I am cutting that is relatively in the wrong way, I'm going to have plenty of slings. I'll climb the tree, put the rope in the tree, put a sling around the other tree, hook it all up, and just reef it. Okay. So that it's nearly bending. Get a bit of a back cut in it and pull her over. That is the plan. Have you guys used something like that before? And use it to pull the stuck, the ones that are stuck as well, you know. So I'm hoping. I have meant to get one for a long time. I always thought that they were a much more expensive thing. I think I always thought that they were a tri-4. Is that what you call them, Tom? No, Rod said it. I think I was getting a come along mixed up with a tri-4, which are massively expensive, really expensive things. But I think they are pretty much indestructible and bomb proof, and they will never break unless there's something that your metal rope is frayed or something like that. So this is much simpler, I think, in that everything is always going to have to be connected with a rope, because there's not that much steel cable actually involved in it, which makes perfect sense to me. Nice. No, all quiet. You know, I meant to update it. I meant to go and push everybody on it yesterday, but then I ended up doing those trees yesterday because it was a calm day, and today I was away meetings and stuff and getting organized for Chippy. Post a link to that video, will you, if you can, if you don't, if you're not still chipping. So you just sort of forgot. At the moment, with the compact tractor, there is nothing at all. I have heard nothing from any company that has been in contact with me. There has been no response whatsoever. I have contacted a couple of different companies that have told me that they don't operate in Europe. So I don't know. Who is Mallard Farms with? Who did Adam just go over to there? Adam from Hometown Acres. He was with Coyote. Is it LS Tractors? Sugar. I did that wrong. Oh, I see ya. Very cool. I like the I like the drone. I need to close that down. I did that the wrong way around. There we go. That's better. Right. It does sound like you are literally dropping the oak onto a house. Is it good? I don't know if I could be bothered with a drone. Do you know that? It just always seems to be so much more work. This is what happens when you start getting into YouTube, like really getting into YouTube. So I used to do double camera angles. I used to tell stories. I used to have a teaser intro, and then sort of nearly like memento, you would sort of work things back, and do cliffhangers and stuff like that, and spend a lot of time editing videos. And what I found is that it made no difference to any of my views or anything like that. I think if I was a bigger channel, it might make a difference. I think you need to. Well, I need to work at my subscriber rate. Yeah, you know, do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard enough editing when you have two cameras on the go, getting everything right and stuff like that. And you know, you're basically, especially when you have the GoPro, I find is that you are basically, you have 20 minutes of footage and you only use about 10 seconds of it, you know. Whereas if I'm using the DSLR, you know, that's it, you know. And that is sort of me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really that complicated with loads of different angles and stuff going on. It's just sort of me. Now, some of I do like watching videos that are like that, strangely enough. So maybe I should. And that is something that somebody told me a long time ago, is you should make videos that you like watching. So, I know. Here's the thing, Ed. I can't sell them. I'm going to give them away. This is, and I need to decide which ones to give away. I'm going to have. That's tough, Chippy boy. That is tough. I'm going to have so much bearskin stuff. It's going to be unbelievable. It's all just going to have to be given away. I cannot keep collecting jackets. I can't. And it's nicer to watch. Like if you watch the multi-angle bushcraft stuff, it's lovely. So some of them, I like some of those bushcraft things that are really cinematic. But man, there's a lot of work goes into them. And this is what I have to think of as well. You got to balance out your time, you know. So you know, it's hard. It's hard to sit and edit a video that takes you 6-7 hours to edit, you know, and then upload it, and for it to bomb. And guys, and that has happened so many times. Oh, I could do that. Helmet mounted camera, guys. I use the DJI Osmo Action. That's what I use. All my handheld stuff is on this. Most of my dipping videos were recorded on this as well. And this is their first generation one. So this thing is there's 3 new models since this, I think. And I got this very cheap. I could have paid 100 quid for it. And it is like everything that I wanted in a GoPro, with none of the stupidity and the issues that a GoPro has. And I had a GoPro Hero 5, guys, that I used to record a lot of my stuff on, and it nearly put me off doing YouTube. I'm sure the new ones are better. There's been 7 released since then, maybe. I got to go look at Chippy's video now, you see. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That is very cool. My God. Balls of steel on that fella, eh? Oops, sorry. Yeah, it's very handy. You get a load of gear, you get a load of stuff with it. You get a sticker that goes onto your helmet, and then you get your standard attachment that just sort of sits down and turns and clicks into place. Yeah, it's handy. It's very easy. and you can attach them to anything. That GoPro style camera is very good, but I would recommend the DJI Osmo Action over a GoPro. I don't know what the new GoPros are like, but I have heard people talking about overheating and losing footage and stuff like that. In the YouTube forums I'm in, I've heard people talk about issues with GoPro. GoPro to me is like Apple. That's an Android. Do you know what I mean? No, that's just the way they come. The DJI are all like that. You twist that and it comes off. It's just really hard. So you just screw them off. All DJIs have a changeable lens. So this is waterproof without a case. And I would recommend it. You have a goat. You give a goat one of your... Oh, you give goats. I thought you fed your GoPro to a goat just to see what would happen. That would be a video I would watch, strangely enough. GoPros has massive issues, guys. It is, for me, GoPro is like Apple. It's just, they have really good marketing, right? Really good marketing. Yeah. This is the first one, Chippy. This is called the DJI Osmo Action. I think that the next one is the Osmo Action 2, Osmo Action 3. They're not very they haven't messed about with naming or anything like that. Look, it has a front screen and everything on it. Look, let me turn it on for you. So look, press the button on the side and it switches. And then you guys are not going to be able to see that. See that? So you can you're looking at yourself on the screen. Do you know what I mean? The GoPros didn't come out with that until I think the Hero 10, and they did that after DJI did that. Guys, it's very handy, especially if you're talking into your camera. And you know, I do a lot of stuff talking into the camera, so battery life is good as well. I have 3 because they're old. I got 3 batteries and a charger. Very cheap. I got a load. I bought it used as well. I bought it secondhand. We have a website here called, I'm going to say MPB. It's like secondhand camper equipment, and you can pick what condition you want it in and stuff, and it's all guaranteed and all that sort of stuff. Any idea if you can plug it in and use it? What do you mean? Like as a web camera? Ed, you can buy a dog harness for a GoPro. You want me to record something? Oh, I get you. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. That's a good idea. So they're actually recording while you're using them. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can do that with any of my stuff. This is my main camera, guys. This is the Canon M50. And this is just, that just comes off. This is a that's it there. And this has got a flip screen that you can turn. Okay, so when you are using the camera like this, you can see what you're looking at, what the camera's looking at. Indiana Doug, how's it going, buddy? This changed my YouTube. right? Changed it. Like this is such a good camera, and this is out of date as well now. There is a second one of these, the Canon M52, but they've been discontinued after that. The next one I'm probably going to get is going to be a Canon S50. I'm going to say S50. Guys, 4K is the way to go, even though it's incredibly difficult to upload and it takes up a lot of stuff. It just seems to be that it's what everybody's doing. It's what everybody's doing. I shoot 4K in that. Just because I was using it so much, and what I realized that when I was shooting in 1080, see, if you shoot in 1080, right, and upload in 1080, that's it. But you can shoot in 4K and then get it downgraded to 1080 when it goes on to YouTube and stuff like that, guys. And it looks better. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they work really well, Doug, don't they? Like they're so good compared to a GoPro. Ed, take it easy, buddy. Thanks very much. This is it. This is it. It's the space. And guys, here's the thing. If you don't have a decent memory card with decent speed on it, all of that is pointless, right? You need to have, what do I run? Hang on, let me eject this. You ever think of me? So I run SanDisk's Extreme Pro, guys, and Doug will probably tell you better than this, right? And that runs at 170 megabits per second, guys. If your memory cards aren't up to speed, or if they're not good enough, you're not going to be able to get that footage anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's more chances that when you're trying to put in bigger files and you're trying to record heavier stuff, you know, that it's going to get corrupted and it's going to crash on you, right? What I found when using the GoPro Hero 5, even though I had hang on, these things are hard to open. Oh my god, these are so hard to get out. See, I just found that they worked really well for me, and I never had an issue with them. Now I would be running these in the GoPro, and the GoPro would be failing, right? And you would be in the middle of recording like a really good video, and it would just go beep boop, you know, recording failed, and it'd be like, ah, oh, Jesus Christ. Pat, how's it going, buddy? The model numbers on the SD cards. What did it mean? Oh, there's an advert for people there. Sorry. What did I do with that SD card? Yeah, these have worked for me. That's why I stuck with them, guys. You know, like if you're watching my channel, you'll know that if I find something that works, I stick with it. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't use still chainsaws. And the thing is that DJI are a drone company, so they started making drones, and they got so good at making drones and making the cameras on them and stuff like that. Nintendo or Nintendo? Really? I didn't know that. Nintendo DS cards. Oh, I didn't even know you could get that. These are obviously for their games and stuff like that, for their little DS lights and all that crap. That's good to know. Yeah, it's hard. This is what happens. Look. You know, look, this is me going out to record videos, except this is in here, right? The GoPro's in there. Shotgun mic, all these different things. Look, that's the setup for the. This is the setup that I use the GoPro on, guys. I don't use Joby pods. I use these things. They're called UFOs. I find them much better. The Jobies have a habit of breaking. The legs break, whereas this is flexible. Look, there's no joints in it like there's joints in the other ones. I do have one here. You know, I find the knuckles break on these a lot, so these are more secure and you can wrap them tighter around stuff. But this is what happens, you know. I did a video about this on Red Branch Bushcraft, guys. I was going on about packing gear to go on overnighter with Bruno, and I was talking about the amount of like camera stuff that you take with you as well that people don't realize, and the added weight on it. No, it's not a Rode, it's a Boya mic. Oh, that's it, Doug. I had a couple of tree incidents this week. I had to cut down a hanger, an overhanger, and I had to take it down directly against the way it was leaning as well. So made an absolute balls of that. But hey, it's on video, and I got and I when we were talking about it earlier on, I put the pictures up in the community section of the hinge and stuff like that. Yeah, there was two, Doug. There was two. Yeah, no, I put a wee short up about it as well. I have yet to go down the road of the chest microphone. I don't know if, as I said, remember when you put in new technology, your videos get more complicated. So if you have an external microphone instead of if you have an external mic, I'm going to say external mic as in something that you pin to yourself instead of one that is directly attached to the camera, you need to synchronize the audio. I think it's two separate files, right? So what that means is that if you don't get it right, your audio is slightly out of sync for the whole video. So this is, but it's probably easier to sound. It's probably easy enough to do. I'm probably just making it sound like a pain in the arse. I don't know. I'd have to talk to some of the boys on the forums and stuff like this. But I like those directional mics. I really do. But what happened is my other one broke. The one I had a wee small one, but that one needs a battery now, and you have to turn it on. And I have shot so far since I got it. I've recorded at least 3 videos where I forgot to turn the mic on, and because it's plugged in, it overrides the mic on the camera, so there's just no sound. And I've been away off doing these videos, and it's like, And if you're on one of those days like today where you go out and you record like 4 videos in a row and you forget to turn it on for the first one, it means that you have 4 videos with no sound. Yay! Oh, you have an external mic for the phone. And how do you find that? What? GCL? Christmas lights? Leave them up for Valentine's Day. Oh, look at me baby tooth. Yeah, I know, but look, I got some firewood out of it. I have some, and do you know what I realized actually when I was cutting down the Scots pine, really thick bark, and you know, just it makes a difference. And you know, I'm so used to cutting stuff that has really thin bark, so you know, like the Scots or the black pine and stuff like that I cut down at Red Branch, and the sycamore and the beech and all that stuff. It is like half an inch thick bark. The stuff was about an inch and bigger on the Scots pine, and it meant that it just made it a wee bit harder. You couldn't see as much and everything like that. So, well, those. I'm going to say Boya. I'm going to say Boya. Those Boya guys. The mic I had before this was a Boya as well, right? But you didn't. I thought I'd left it on there. Look, you have to turn it on. I did. You didn't need a battery for it. This thing, look, you need a battery. So what that means is that you always have to carry spare batteries, which is a pain in the bum. Okay, and what I discovered as well is that, guys, if you have your dead cat on these things, it can cause crackling. So I had a small boya mic before, and I think, you know, you think it's bad if you don't turn the mic on, but I had a whole load of videos before I got that mic where every so often it just go bang, like a big crack. And so I'd be talking away and then crack, I don't know, there'd be nothing happening, but it's the microphone is malfunctioning. So I had to go in and I had to break the video down into microseconds, and I had to find that little bit, that little stamp on the sound wave, and I had to remove it, right? So I had to cut the video into the minutest portions possible, mute that bit, and then leave everything as it was, right? And no matter how much you do it, you still noticed either the noise or you noticed the fact that there was a split second of silence when there wasn't supposed to be. I know it's getting good, isn't it? I'm swimming a lot, you see, so it's getting like real bleached. it's real dry and sticking away out like that as well. So I'm gonna build a greenhouse. Do you know what I was looking at today, guys? Wait and see this. You guys will appreciate this. I know I give you a lot of links, but oh, this link might be too big. That's too big. Too big. This is called let me see. Let me see if I can share this. I cannot. There you go. There you go. Let me see if this works. Or if it's just the same. There we go. What does seafoam do? What does seafoam do? I already have a greenhouse pan. I actually was planning on extending the cabin, but I think I need to finish it first. That's me, small farmer, out standing in my own field, little sod buster. Guys, oh, but Jesus, it's 9 o'clock. The wife will be killing me because we're going to go downstairs and watch something on TV. Guys, I am going to leave that there. I would like to thank you all very much for joining me on this Friday night. Chippy, you are a gentleman. Thank you very much for gifting those people membership of my channel. Now I have to go and do something to give them whatever they get for being members, because I don't remember what it is. Maybe I can set the video to go out early. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll do something for you guys that have become members. Oh, okay. But guys, thank you everybody for watching. Stay frosty.